Hello friends, welcome back to Game 4, hopefully having fixed my microphone issues. I've played with the gain, if you're interested. It's now nearly as low as it can go. So we are Game 4 of the Northern Kings Grand Tournament. So a pleasant evening was had by all. Played some Tyrants of the Underdark with some, let's face it, quite unwilling participants. No, actually very willing participants for that. Several unwilling participants for a game of Tortuga, which is the pirate game. But we forced them to play, and everyone had a kind of okay-ish time. It was good. Anyway, and then I went to bed. And after that, I was back for Game 4. So, Game 4 is against the magnificently bearded Richard Miles. Spent most of the first 10 minutes of the game admiring his beard and asking him for beard tips. Just a bit of a personal insight there into how sad I am. So, here's my list. I recommend you go back to Game 1. If you really want to hear an incredibly in-depth take on this list, it's not very in-depth. It's a list of 2s, 2 mutants with wave of mitigation items. We have 2 terrors, 2 phantoms, 2 impalers, 2 crones, one of which is Lethiel Bleakheart. And then we have a single Reaper troop because I didn't know what to do with 125 points. Mind Screech with a Flamer Apparition flavour, which is a healer. And then a Soulbane on Nightmare, who does have the Orb of Towering Presence. But I forget about that the entire tournament, so you can forget about it too. 13 units and 22 unit strength. And the incredible Richard Miles is playing an unusual Abyssal Dwarf list. So Abyssal Dwarf becoming more fashionable these days, I'm finding. So Richard's list has 2 Immortal Guard regiments. So Immortal Guard's kind of a grindy -17. Defense 5 backbone of a list, I suppose. I think really backbone of the Abyssal Dwarf list is probably golems. There's no golems in this list. So it has these instead. They're quite durable though. And they are, incredibly hard to kill. Largely because of their -17, defense 5 and regen 5+. And he's given them the Infernal Warden's upgrade on both of them, which gives them crushing strength 1. So they can also put out a minor punch, let's say, or they do hit on 3s, so, not bad. Only 12 attacks. So, backing those up, he has 3 triple Decimator regiments. I prefer Decimators in a horde, personally, as you'll have seen, used very effectively by Radaslor in Game 2. Triple regiments, though, is not to be sniffed at. There's 36 shots on 4s with 14 inches piercing, 1 steady aim vicious. Very, very nasty. Very nasty. Don't let them shoot you, basically. Just the 1 troop of gargoyles, which is what we colloquially known as not enough gargoyles. And then he has 2 regiments of half-breeds. I think this is a better choice than grotesques. Half-breeds are super, super good now. They are only defense 4. However, they are a 15-17 with 16 attacks on 3s. They're Crush 1 Thunder 1. They have Fury and Vicious and Regen. They're great if pricey. So big fan of half-breeds. He's got a single higher Ironcaster, probably for the Inspiring, but he's also given him Fireball and the Diadem of Dragonkind. So for 115 points you get Fireball 18, which melts a lot of things. And then he has both Basusu and Brachybarka. I think either or is better, personally speaking, because they are so pricey. So pricey. Personally, I think I prefer Basusu, just for the fly. But your mileage may vary. 10 points more. I mean, everything is the same, but it's 1 more attack, 1 less crush, 2 more speed, right? I guess Brachy does come with Dread, which is very good, and Fury. So your mileage may vary. I never played Abyssal Dwarfs, so who am I to comment? And then he has double Grotesque Champions. So having said I don't like Grotesques, I do kind of like these guys, although again, extraordinarily expensive. I mean, they're the same nerve as a regiment of half-breeds, but they're more expensive than a regiment of half-breeds for less than half the attacks. However, they are brutal. They come with Strider, Crush 2 Thunder 1, Vicious. This one's got Life Leech because of the Sanguinary Scripture, which I think he had 20 points left over by the look of it. Mead of Madness on this one means that it charges 15 inches. So, yeah, they're kind of meaty meat shields. A 15-17 nerve is very good. 13 units and 24 unit strength. So, We are playing Invade. This is our board. So, just to brief, so these 2 forests here. We have 2 blocking terrains here. Oh, sorry about that. We have a hill here and a hill here. And then we have pond, pond, wall, wall. Alright, so reasonably balanced, actually very balanced board. As you can see, Richard chosen that side and I've chosen this side. So, we deploy thusly. So, I start off when my deploying all this stuff in the middle, right? So I've decided to go. I could see he started to put his. These are all of the decimator regiments. So I put my regen 18, 19 monsters here because if anything's going to survive triple decimators, it's them. Plus, I've had a defense 6, impaler in the front here, and I've got heal support. So whatever they shoot can get healed again. I've got a weakness caster, fairly indomitable. And then once he'd started to put stuff down, I just stacked the right. So I went with Phantoms first. So by the time I got to these units, I'd already put down Phantoms. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. Right? So he'd pretty much already decided what he was going to do. And then I put everything else over here. So you can see I'm really heavily stacked here. Because I don't care about forest, I don't care about walls. Because I've got all my Strider units. I've got Mutant. And I've got, that's my Soulbane, another Impaler, there's the Useless Reapers, and there's the Thiel, right? So he's put all his fast stuff over here. So that's Grotesque. That's the second Immortal Guard, first Immortal Guard here. It's Brachybarker and some Gargoyles. There's the Diadem guy. And on this side, against everything that I've got here, he's got Basusu and both of the champions. So we're both very heavily, toilet bowling this, right? So I'm going to come around here. He's going to come around here. We're going to meet in the middle. Got rocks to walk around. There's those guys. There's those guys. So I win turn 1, which is rather good. Maybe I should have given it to him, but he has got steady aim, so it doesn't matter. I just pushed forward very, very heavily, pretty much across the board. I've given him my gargoyles to charge. My phantoms. Oh, sorry, phantoms. As you can see, I've got lined up here. I've got 1 mutant in the back here. I've actually got 2 mutants. The one's over there. Oh no, 1 here. What am I talking about? Mutant here, mutant here. What I'm essentially saying is, Basusu can't see these mutants because I've got forest and phantoms. Can't see this, can't charge it. Can't see this because of the forest. I've given this, and these guys could charge it as well, and then they're going to die. That's the plan. Everything else is wandering forward. Put these why would I keep calling them gargoyles? Phantoms on a hill. I'm hoping he'll be terrified of my single unit of phantoms. I have slightly angled this terror, so I can see over here, just in case they sneak around. Probably not enough, though. And into Richard's turn 1. So he takes the charge. So Basusu goes straight in to my phantoms. Which, if you think about it, it's not bad. Because actually my mutants can't even see. Maybe if he kills the phantoms, then absolutely going to die. But otherwise, I'm reasonably confident on this flank, even so. Over here, he's not scared of phantoms. Well, he's slightly scared because he's slightly pushed everything forward and he's done to him what I did to him, so to speak. He's done to me. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But Basusu, sucks, and this time, and did 2 wounds to my phantoms, and they're fine. And this is how I responded in my turn 2. So, looking at the state of play, where were we? Let's have a look here. No, I can't really see it, can we? So, basically, my Soulbane was like, well, I don't want you blocking up all my cool guys here. I'm going to hit you. I'm taller than you anyway, doesn't matter. I might get flanked, but if it happens, then I'm going to beat you up. The phantoms simply sidestepped like this, and mutants decided to eat Basusu. Pretty cool move, I felt. Payless just kind of ran forward, undaunted, because even if they charge me in, I'm going to, munch you next turn. These guys moved up here. So, and what I did look at was taking these mutants this way, so I can see up here just in case anything happens. I'm not worried by Basusu anymore. Maybe that's foolish. Who knows? Everything else has been very aggressive, and I've simply ploughed straight into these gargoyles. The reason I've ploughed straight into these gargoyles is I'm not going to kill them. I think I've got 12 attacks on 4s with 4s and 3s. So maybe 4 to 5 wounds. That is enough to kill gargoyles. My fervent hope is that I don't, because that just blocks up these guys. These guys are going to have to wander around for ages, and these guys are all blocked as well. So it's blocking all of his cool stuff here while I mop up over there. In the meantime, in the centre here, he's going to get 1 round of shots off against these guys, and then, we're in. We're already within 12. This is up to 13. And I can hopefully eat them quite quickly. So yeah, I waver Basusu. 8 wounds from the mutants, which is, to be honest, quite low for mutants. They normally only 20 attacks on 3s and 3s with Elite and Strider. You're normally looking at what? Oh god, I'm not good at maths. As we all know, maybe 16 hits normally. And then defense 5, so 3s again, maybe 14, 13 wounds. So it's low, very low. But yeah, anyway, 8 wounds and a wave, we'll take it. 3 wounds there, nothing. Into Richard's turn 2. This is the state of play. And 4 wounds I did to the gargoyles. I didn't kill them, which is perfect. They're stuck. Everything's stuck. Hardy, hardy, ha. So, he ignores my phantoms, which is rude, and wanders around with the J-Boot guys and Bracky Barker. These guys are stuck. They're just going to hang. Going to chill. Over there, he's like, well, all right. I'm going to take on your Soulbane with both of my Grotesque champions. I'm like, all right, bet. That's what cool people say, by the way. Bet. And he's moved up, so he's positioned to get the fire team, literally everything, onto one of my terrors. And that's a really smart thing to do. With this kind of list, you really want to focus fire, especially against stealthy stuff. So, these guys are already on 6s because stealthy and cover. These guys are going to be on 5s. I've got a decent chance of surviving it. Yeah, we showed you that. So he sidestepped this cavalry to bring these guys down, just trying to get everything in as quickly as possible. Yeah, there you go. Even on 5s and 6s, that's a lot of shots. Right, so that's 14 wounds, and he rolled the requisite 5 twice to take off my terror. Very sad to lose a terror, but you know what? It's what I call acceptable casualties. And that. So, I hexed it with my... I forgot, I hexed it with my crone last turn. And which was like, alright, doesn't matter. I'm going to do Fireball 18. He's 6 hits and took 12 wounds. Oof. Yeah, but it was a good turn for Mr. Miles. 6 wounds on my Soulbane. And what did he need? 14, 16? A 10 twice? And he got it. Look at that. He's picking up that double 6 that he's rolled. Gross. Position thusly. And into my turn 3. So that was very dispiriting. You killed my stuff, man. Anyway, so I was like, fine. You can kill my stuff. And I make a strategic error, but that's okay. So the Reapers come over because, they're bored of being over there. They're going to go and do some stuff. So I've made sure there's no line of sight here. Lethiel is here. The strategic error is that, remember, these mutants were coming this way. I was like, oh, I've lost my Soulbane. Maybe I'm needed this way, and I turn. That's silly because height 2, height 2, height 2. I can't see anything. These guys are big, but if they come down, I'm still stuck very close here. I'm not going to be able to turn past anything. So I basically stuck this unit, very expensive unit on this side. We go back into Basusu. The Phantoms get a flank onto this Grotesque champion, and we get a front here, so hoping we can kill them. In the centre, we start to do some charges, so we are going to weakness or hex off this guy. I've got my planar apparition facing this way, just in case things run down to block them up. I've gone into these decimators. This guy's gone into these decimators, so I should... I know we've got obviously back in here. With all things being equal, this should die. This should die. This should be wounded but not dying. And then one of the Grotesque champions should die. And then Basusu should die. So it should be a good turn for me, this turn 3. It's not a great turn though. So I do 12 wounds on the Grotesque champion. And there is a tournament reroll in this tournament where you can reroll. So obviously I've rolled a double 1, as you can see. I use my tournament reroll and I roll a 2. which wavers him and does not kill him. So, yeah, sucks to be me. However, I do kill those decimators. That's fine. Neither of these guys have a hope against my ensnaring terror. I do kill the gargoyles. What do I do now? I just kind of sit there, I think. You have to charge me. So, and I did 5 wounds here. So this is now Richard's turn 3. So, from here, he can't see these guys, but my mistake. He could see my impalers. So the decimators take a hindered flank into the impalers. I'm alright with that. I don't think they're very good in combat. And the Immortal Guard come into my terror. So front of flank should do some wounds, but don't forget I've got some Reapers coming to the flank next turn. So double charge here to get them in. These guys come up onto the hill, and there's Bracky Barker, late to the party, but he's coming. Let's say late, turn 3. So this crone's like, lads. Oh, I did kill the. Obviously, I killed the Ironcaster. And yeah, then over here, what happens here? So this, yeah, so this Grotesque Champion comes into these mutants to hold them up, which is smart because now I can't get in. And this one turns to face. Just turns to face. He's wavered, isn't he? Yeah, just turns to face. Oh, he has Fury. He has Fury. He's regened some wounds down to 10. And I guess he's charging these guys. He's done 2 wounds and he's rolled an 8, which sucks. So look at all these ones, and this is the thing I was showing here. No. How is that? I don't know what the hell's going on, lads. Anyway, and that's me showing how crap I am at this game. I'm out of inspiring. That's why I'm just demonstrating that I suck for you guys. Anyway, and then the Phantom's die. So, yeah, pushing forward. Everything's coming in. Only 5 wounds there. And 6 wounds there. We're okay. I thought we'd be okay. Glad to see I was right. And there you go. 6 wounds he did. So they're fine. 4 wounds there. So they've lost their Thunderous. I don't think I can get in. Let's see if I can. Right. So on my turn, I take the flank. With the Reapers did something. My God. Game 4. Counter charge. Counter charge. There is... Oh, the Crone's hiding here, so Brachybarker can't kill them. I'm saying, you want to charge me? Charge me. I won't die to a single Brachybarker charge, I hope. We've got Lafayette up on a hill. She's going to add some damage or Bane Chant. I think she's going to Bane Chant these guys. And then we flank with Impalers and front with these guys. So he should die. He should die. We're still stuck. I'm terrible. Yes, turn 4, thank you. I do get a Bane Chant off. Why do I not move these guys? Absolutely maddening to watch it back, thinking, what the bloody hell are you doing? I could have at the very least, sidestepped, right? Stupid man. There you go. Even with a Bane Chant, I woof it again. 12 wounds. I mean, I'm only wounding on 4, so that's actually pretty good. Pretty normal. And a waver again. So these Grotesque Champions have held off 2 regiments of mutants and a horde of Impalers and a Soulbane for so far 4 turns. Good job. They are doing their job. They're just not quite enough in the middle yet. We do kill that one, and his time is numbered. I've turned around to rear charge him next turn. Over here, we murder everything except these Immortal Guard, because obviously I'm only crushed 1. I put 9 wounds is enough. All of the Decimators are now dead, so we're feeling pretty toasty over here. God damn it. 11 wounds. That's what I showed already? Oh, that's his regen. Alright, so now Richard's turn. I want to say turn 5. Do I take a picture of any dice anytime soon? No. Oh, there we go. 4. Turn 4 for Richard. So turn 4. So we have obviously counter charges going on. Front charge here from these guys, both Bracky and the Grotesques. Are they? No, they're not Grotesques. Are they? Half-breeds. Into my Impalers. Let's see if I can survive that. I have got 5 wounds, so it's not certain. And a counter charge here from these Immortal Guard. Unbelievably, the Grotesque Champion, who is just having the best game ever, kills my mutants, which is just rude. Anyway, and he overruns an enormous amount. 8 wounds now. I'm going to regen that off and I'm going to eat you. Yeah, and the Impalers could not handle it at all. My turn 5. And he backs up. He backs everything up, right? So this is... obviously, he's backed up so I don't charge him with my Reapers. But don't forget, we are playing Invade and we've now reached turn 5. And I've got a very mobile, very cool piece here. So turn 5, he's backed up. And you see this like little train he's formed of half-breed, Immortal Guard, half-breed. They're not over the halfway line because that's there. And I'm like, all right, well, have some planar apparition. I just kind of plonk it inside in front like that. And I hide my crone behind it. So he can charge with this, but these guys are stuck and these guys are stuck, which I was kind of smugly pleased with. Countercharge there, enormous regen roll there. 6 off. I might have healed actually as well, come to think of it. Reapers and Phantoms are kind of backing him up. There we are. And we do kill him quite handily. I think there's a lot of murder over there as well. Right? And this is what I'm trying to do maths in my head. I do the maths, just for your interest, I do the maths wrong at this point. I'm trying to work out how many points he's got, and I'm trying to count. And he's got 3, 3, 3, which is 9, right? And I count mine and I come up with 7. Let's do it together now, since I've murdered over there. Well, that's going to die, so it doesn't matter. That's 2, 1, 1, which makes 4. Plus 3 makes 7. Plus 3 makes, anyone? 10. That's right. But in my head, I got 9. So I'm not good at counting. Famously, I've actually, I've downloaded a maths app on my phone to try and get better at counting. That's how bad it is. Slightly embarrassing to admit that on the internet. So I've kind of won, is what I'm saying, and I didn't realise, which is stupid. But there you go. All I need to do is get these guys off here, these guys off here, these guys off here. I'm blocking here, back up here. It doesn't matter what he does with this because I've already won, and I didn't realise. Wah, wah. So he chooses not to charge. He looks at it and thinks the only chance I've got is to kill this. Bracky's going to go in. I'm not sure that's the right move for Richard here. I'm not going to lie, I think it's not the right move. I think a better move would have been charge here, bring these guys round, Bracky Barker here. Because then he's got remit coming to these guys who is much more likely to kill. Anyway. So he sidesteps like that. And then he double sixes my frickin' my terror. Wavers it. Outrageous on 4 wounds. It's my turn 6, so I go, right, alright then, fine. You want to do that? That's fine. So because he's kind of sidesteps to let himself in, he's basically left my planar apparition here. So I just move it to block this stuff from even coming into my half. I sit there with that because he's not going to kill it. I hide here, bring these guys up. These guys run away. These guys run away. So yeah, that's pretty much game. So into Richard's turn, he's screwed. I think that's a wind blast. I think that was an incredibly rude wind blast from Lethiel. I thought that was. So I looked at it. In case it's turn 7, this is a problem for me, right? So Lethiel's on the hill here. She just blows them back, and I do 6 wind blast off of how many she got? 7? 6 out of 7, and they go miles back. Richard Miles. Sorry. Anyway, that was rude. I apologise. Yeah. And so he decided to go for the points and try and kill my crone, kill my apparition, and then, indignity upon indignity, he only wavers there. So great model that, by the way, GW model, love it. Yeah, so he does kill the planar apparition, and that's the end of the game. So yeah, quite a hearty victory at the end because I don't let him get anything over the line. So I end up winning very heavily on that one. So a great game. Always good to play Richard Miles. Richard Miles is famous for being grumpy on the internet. And in person is just the nicest man you'll ever meet. He's so fun. Just a really chill player. Doesn't really mind if he's winning or losing. Loudly complains. Really great fun. Always happy to play him. But yeah, that's the end of the game. So I am currently at 2 wins and 2 losses, right in the middle. And we crack on to the last game of the tournament against some beastly Polish salamanders. So come back soon for that. I hope you enjoyed this battle report. I hope the audio is better than the last one. And we'll see you soon on Death by Dragons.